my name is Michelle Sterry. I'm a specialist midwife for Healthy Lifestyles Gloucestershire, and I'm leading on the Healthy Me Baby and Beyond programme to support women during pregnancy and during the early years. I'm here today to talk to you about one of the elements of our programme called Feeling Your Best, and I'm here to give you some information, tips and advice on how to feel your best and enjoy some positive mental well-being during your pregnancy and the early years, and during the challenges presented to us through the lockdown restrictions that we're currently facing. So thank you for joining me here today, and thank you for sending along some questions through your health coaches or through our social media platforms. We have Instagram and Facebook. We have Healthy Me Baby on Facebook page and a Healthy Lifestyles Gloucestershire Facebook page, and a very comprehensive website, which are great places to visit for sources of information. So we're going to start with thinking about what is positive mental well-being and what is feeling your best, and talk about stress and how we cope with stress, and how we can manage our lifestyles to positively manage stress and enjoy the pregnancy and the early years as much as possible, and help you to have some strategies to cope with the challenges that can present also. Okay, so what we think about when we're talking about positive mental health is really restoring your capacity to be able to think clearly, to be able to make decisions, to solve problems, to plan, and to have the headspace to deal with things in a measured way, and without becoming too overly emotional about situations. And that's tricky because during pregnancy and the early years you are overwhelmed with hormones and emotions, and it's quite normal for your emotions to ebb and flow a lot and take you by surprise. It's perfectly normal, and that coupled with the effects of sleep deprivation, which tends to be a common thing when you're pregnant, restless nights, and when you have babies and young children, you are often deprived of sleep, and that can affect your ability to cope with the daily routine and with the demands placed upon you and how you react to them. Okay, so let's think about self-care. Okay, and that's something that moms don't often put to the top of their list of priorities for the day, is to care for themselves, because we are busy thinking about looking after our babies, our children and our families. But you will be able to function better if you've done some self-care. So think of it like that you're doing this not just for you, but to help the people around you. Okay, so you can be mom, partner, family member, friend, in a good way. Okay, so what can we do to self-care? And we've touched on this in some of the other discussions that we've had online. We've talked about how to eat well, how to stay active, and how to relax. So that's a really good starting point, that we physically take care of ourselves, that we are well nourished, well hydrated, we're rested, and we have taken some time out to relax. That isn't easy with being confined to the home during lockdown, because the current advice, as you probably know now, is that as a pregnant or mum with a young family, you would be more vulnerable to coronavirus, and therefore it is more advisable to socially distance yourself and remain in the home. So it can be hard to find the space to relax and find time for yourself. So it's really thinking through your routines and what happens in your household. What time do people get up? What time do people go to bed? Trying to create a routine through the week, maybe a different routine the week to the weekend, so we can have our downtime during the weekend, but sticking to bedtimes and getting up times and meal times and activity times is quite important for yourself, but also for your family, because babies and children do respond well to structure and routines, that they know what happens, you know what happens, and the expectations are set, and therefore people tend to behave in a more organised way. Not always, but that helps. So you could find perhaps some time before the household gets busy, or when everyone settles in the evening, or maybe take advantage of someone else in your household to free you up for some space, for some me time, for some self-care time. Okay, and then to think about what you might like to do during that time to help you to relax and to clear your mind. Okay, so clearing your headspace of any worries, any anxieties, any tensions, and to think more clearly, okay, and re-energize. So having some self-care time is restorative, can be almost as restorative as a good night's sleep, in fact, but doesn't take as long if you find the right method that suits you. So I can give you some ideas, and you may already know what suits you, but some ideas for de-stressing. So taking some light exercise, walking outside, and being outdoors is known to be very beneficial to lifting your mood and your energy levels. Particularly if you're around plants and trees, there is actually evidence that there is some chemical reaction that happens, and that we can feel healthier and happier if we're around plants and trees. So whether you do that in the garden, or if you don't have a garden, go to an outside space where there aren't other people, would be really, really helpful, even if it's just for a short period in the day. So the fresh air in itself also is quite uplifting for you. So I definitely would recommend getting outside for a period every day during pregnancy, and when you've had your baby too, put baby in a sling or in a pram, and they usually find that really soothing and they will settle and go to sleep too. So you can build that into your daily routine. So other ways of relaxing could be listening to music. It could be listening to podcasts. It could be listening to audiobooks. So it's something that allows your mind to switch off from all the thoughts and outside noises, and you can really settle your mind and focus on something different. So that is something to think about, whether you would like to look up online, whether you can get some audio books or some podcasts or some music on your phone or your laptop or Kindle, and use that at a set time. Allow yourself, whether it's 10 minutes or half an hour every day, whatever time you can afford, and make sure that you take advantage of that every day. Okay, we have had some questions come in about relaxation methods, and aromatherapy is one of the questions that we've been asked about. So aromatherapy is the use of essential oils that have a nice smell to them, and these can have relaxing properties. Okay, so it's really important to know that during pregnancy, you have to be careful, even with essential oils, which seem a completely natural product, but there are certain things that would not be recommended for you to use during pregnancy. So do check with your own midwife, or if you happen to know a qualified aromatherapist, obviously you could check with them about what is safe to use in pregnancy for you. Okay, and certain essential oils are absolutely fine and safe and could be really helpful in terms of helping you to relax. They could be burned, or they could be put into hot water and inhaled. So they may also help you to sleep better. So a natural way of helping you to sleep could be using aromatherapy. And another question that was put forward was about the use of bubble baths and bath bombs and different bath products. And generally they're okay. Over-the-counter products are generally okay. But as I said, if they claim to contain essential oils, use with caution, unless it states for pregnancy. Okay, but do read your labels and double check first with the products that you're using. But a relaxing bath can work wonders. Okay, so I would suggest that you do take advantage of that if you can, perhaps before going to bed. A nice way to relax your muscles if you've got any back stiffness, or any pelvic pain, and that will help to ease those aches and pains, and hopefully relax you and allow you to get a better night's sleep. And we all feel more positive if we've had a really good night's sleep. Okay, so that's ways that we could deal with stress, and how to relax and how to feel more positive throughout our days, particularly during the challenges that we're experiencing. And there are, in terms of making a structure to your day, you could write yourself out a little timetable, and in line with the program, we often recommend that you set small goals. And I would recommend that if you want to change your routine or your structure, make small changes. Okay, don't try to change everything overnight or in one day, because that in itself will be stressful, because it's very difficult to adapt to change, not just for ourselves but to everybody around us too. And already when you're having a baby and growing your family, there are continual changes to adapt to. So small goals are really important, and it's quite rewarding when you achieve those goals, and then you can reset another. And don't be worried if sometimes things work well and then they take a step back and you have to reframe that goal and start again. That's quite normal because family life is evolving. Okay, so don't be hard on yourself. Set small goals, and there will be days when things don't go to plan at all, and sometimes we have to roll with that and think tomorrow's another day and we can start again. Okay, the good thing is that the health coaches and myself are here to support you, and so you're never on your own. Okay, and if stress is becoming overwhelming for you and you're finding it difficult to maintain positive mental outlook on life, you may be feeling low, feeling anxious or depressed, then reach out and talk to us, or talk to your midwife or your GP or your health visitor, because we are here to support you. We do understand the challenges of having a baby and bringing up a young family, and the impact that can have on your mental and emotional health. So we are here to support you, and we do have services available in the county that can support you too, and that's Let's Talk service. So if you do feel that your problems are more than coping with the daily stresses of life, do think about reaching out to a service, a free service in the county. Let's Talk. Do look them up online. You can make self-referrals, or you can be referred through a professional such as a midwife, nurse, health visitor or a GP. Okay, so do remember that there is support, advice out there for you. Okay, so I'm just going to signpost you just to a couple more things that you may find useful. I have mentioned before that there are apps that can help you to relax, some meditation apps to quieten your mind, and that is Headspace. So Headspace is a really nice app, or Calm. Calm's a really lovely app. If that's your thing, then have a look and have a go. Try things, because we don't know what works until we try it. Okay, and there's a really wonderful service in Gloucestershire called Home Start. Would really recommend that you have a look at Home Start, and they offer lots of support and education antenatally and postnatally, and in particular in relation to this topic we're talking about today, they offer a group support called Mothers in Mind. And currently, because of the coronavirus outbreak, their services have gone online like ours have, and so therefore they are still available for support and information online. So that's Home Start Gloucestershire. So do look them up and see what they've got to offer to see if that is useful to yourselves. So finally, the last thing I'd like to say is keep talking, keep communicating, stay connected to your family and friends. Okay, I know it's hard, and we've had to find workarounds during these times, whether it be video conference calling, telephone, texting, emailing, Snapchat, whatever you use. Keep the lines of communication open, keep checking in with people. It's nice if people check in on you and take care of you, but also it's good to remember other people and check in with them, because it often then becomes a two-way thing. So keep talking, keep communicating, stay connected, and let us know how you're feeling, because we're here to help you, we're here to listen, and we're here to support you. So thank you for joining me today. If you've got any more questions for me, just pop them here after this live stream and I'll get back to you, or you can approach the maternity health coaches. They'll be more than happy to assist you. And I just hope that you will stay safe, stay well, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye-bye.